All right. Well, moving along. Like I said, Sabin, you were out on an adventure across the sea.
Oh, yeah.
And so tell us about it. You were on a cruise. Yes.
Yep.
Are you okay sharing with like where you went? Like,
Yeah, I don't care. It was a Carnival cruise. We went to Grand Turk and like the Dominican Republic, which I'm still not sure if those are the same thing. Like if Grand Turk is in the Dominican Republic,
I have
because
no clue.
Anyway, those are the places we went.
Scott?
It was fun. Scott,
is
is Grand
Scott in the
Turk
booth?
in the Dominican Republic, or are they separate? It's probably as bad that I don't know when I went there.
So you were there for 5 days?
It's 5 days. Yeah, it's a 5-day cruise, and there was. It's not.
Yeah, Scott just gave us confirmation. It is not.
I've been to 2 places.
There you go.
Whoa.
This trip's got a whole lot bigger.
More traveling than you thought you did. Nice.
Oh my gosh, look at me go. Anyway, so there was a coffee shop on the boat called Coffee Bar, by the way.
Really?
It was kind of weird. Yeah, like when you look
trademark
at it
that.
on the website, it's like Coffee Bar, and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
well,
Who
I
knew
guess
we
I'll
did
go. And I tried like the vanilla ice latte, and it was very Dunkin-esque in the way that like every day I got it, it was different.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, it'll be sweet today, because it was so sweet the first day I got it. And then the next day I went and I was like, however much vanilla you put in there, just do like half. And she was like, okay. And then it was like so bitter, like as if there was like no vanilla in it. And I was like, well, I wanted a little, like
just like one pump.
And then I went back the next day and I said nothing, and it was like super sweet again. It was like kind of watery. I don't know like how they did their espresso.
Was
like,
it the same person making it every time?
Not every time.
Okay.
So I think that they were like, there was just like a disconnect. I don't know. I was so happy to come back and go back to
Could
Coffee
you see
Bar.
them making it or no?
Kinda. Like they like turned around to use the espresso machine, so like their back was to me, so I couldn't see like what was happening. But like the one day she literally made it in like 2 seconds, and I was like, what's in this? There's no way you pulled a shot
It's
that
just one of
fast.
those like Starbucks Frappuccino.
Oh,
mixes
yeah.
I know.
that
I'm
you
like,
get at
what's
Wawa.
going on here? I mean, their espresso machine was definitely not as good as ours is in the
Yeah.
shop and stuff, which, I mean, it's a boat.
Makes
So,
sense, yeah.
like,
That's about.
can
You're
only
floating
ask
out
for
there.
so much.
I don't think Carnival Cruise is investing heavily in their
They're
artisan
not like, we
coffee
need a
industry.
Slayer.
Yeah, unlikely.
Get me the Cadillac of espresso machines.
Literally.
No,
But
no way.
yeah, like it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't good. Like it got me through the week. It was better than the like free black coffee you can get from upstairs that was
Oh,
like
yeah, I'm
burnt
sure.
and like super hot, like just sitting there all day. It was so gross. So I just kept paying for these like half-assed iced lattes every day.
How
You
much
gotta
were
get
they?
your fix somehow.
Yeah.
How much were they?
They were like $5.50 each, and I tipped $2 every time
Yeah, yeah.
on my little card. So it was like $7.50 every day
They make it so convenient
for me to get this
tip.
like watery iced latte every day that was like maybe sweet or maybe
Here's
really
$2
bitter.
for you.
I know, I'm like, thanks.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah. I'm like choking it down. They also had like no milk alternatives. They only had whole milk. Yeah, it was awful.
That's sad.
Yeah. It was a rough week for me.
Yeah, wow.
I was like counting down to like getting back to making my own coffee on the way back. I was like, we gotta find a Starbucks or something.
Anything.
Literally I'll take Dunkin' right now.
Oh my god, that's desperate.
I
They
know.
probably wouldn't serve you, given how much we trash talked them last
Oh yeah,
time.
they probably know all about
Like,
it. So
oh.
like,
We're
Give her
blackballed
autograph.
from Dunk.
these people
Yeah,
are not
I
allowed.
know.
Do not serve.
It's fine. I don't go there.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
It was
I'm glad
fun.
you're home safely from your world
I didn't
travels.
sink. I was
Good.
scared about
Yes.
sinking.
Yes. Speaking of sinking,
Oh god.
do you guys know about the Endurance? I was actually talking about this today. And you being on a cruise reminded me of it. It's a ship that was lost for sea for over a century. One of these ships that went and explored Antarctica. And it was like 1914, I think the ship was lost. They got stuck in the ice, and the captain was able to save his entire crew.
Nice.
They were lost in Antarctica for several months, I believe. I think it was like 3 or 4 months. They were actually trapped down there, and he managed to keep his entire crew alive. But the reason I brought it up is because they just recently discovered the boat. It had been lost. They were like, we don't really know where it went. And Shackleton, I think, was the name of the captain. The Shackleton was the captain, and the Endurance was his ship. And he's like famous for saving all of these crew members. But this month they found the ship 10,000 feet below the frozen surface of the Antarctic Ocean. and it's basically still intact. Like the pressure and the temperature at that depth,
Dang.
it's like
Wow.
pristinely just preserved there, sitting 10,000 feet under
Were
the
they
ice.
actively looking for it, or were they doing something else?
It's been like one of those, like the Amelia Earhart plane. You know, it's like the story of Castleton or Shackleton, excuse me, Shackleton. Is pretty well known because they all survived, right? Like it wasn't like this mysterious thing that they were never heard from again, like Amelia Earhart. But I mean, so when the ship got frozen, you have to remember that when it gets frozen, it's not the whole ocean freezes. It's frozen in a pocket of ice that's floating on the water, so that ice still moves around. So it moved for 10 months frozen in the ice with nobody on it, like hundreds of miles, and then sank once the ice had melted enough to allow it to go through. And so nobody really knew where it was, and then they were able to track it. But it's been an ongoing search to answer your question. They've been looking for it for dozens and dozens of years, you know, and but Antarctica is literally like the most inhospitable place in the world. So it's very, very hard to get down there and do this kind of research. But I thought that was a cool little thing. I learned about that this week, and you're just talking about your cruise.
I'm glad you told me after my
Yeah,
cruise.
yeah.
I know, I'm like sweating. I'm like, that
You're
would
in the
happen to
Dominican
me.
Republic
I mean,
where it's like 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
the water's gonna freeze. Oh man.
An iceberg. Oh god.
I think that stuff is interesting though. Like,
Yeah.
Like
Not when you're on a cruise ship.
no,
It's okay, you're not.
I've been watching this YouTube channel called Casual Navigation, and they just like explain how cruise ships work,
Oh yeah.
or like all sorts of ships.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty interesting. Like,
Yeah. So I have my boating license, and I don't use it as often as I would love to, but I love being out on the water. What are you guys doing? Children at
Sorry,
the
sorry.
maybe we have to separate you. I will turn this podcast around.
turn the table around.
No, Dad.
Please, we'll behave.
But yeah, no, I think that it's so neat. Like, when you think about how, in the history of humanity, how much it relies on navigating water, it's crazy, and how it's like not really a necessary tool anymore. But for hundreds and hundreds of years, if you didn't know how to sail, you weren't really doing much, right? I mean, it was just like, it's just such an influential part of human history, sailing, and now it's like really used for transportation of large goods, and it's funny, you either have like the most essential job in the world, or it's just a leisure activity for you. It's like there's no middle ground in between. You really, really have to love what you're doing, or it is like your line of work. It is your livelihood.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting that that's like kind of how it's progressed and what it's turned into.
I liked to stand at the front of the boat and pretend I was like running the boat.
I'm sure.
It
Did you
was
do
so
The
fun.
Titanic moment.
Did you do the I'm the king of the world?
Arms out.
I mean,
It was
I-
actually
I imagine
so
Katie like
windy.
behind you. Like,
Yeah, right.
Did you see anybody doing that?
No, I didn't.
It was just you guys.
I guess
doing it.
nobody wanted to really think about the Titanic while we're on a huge
That's
boat.
a good point.
I
Good
imagine
point.
there's like some guy that his only job on the cruise is to prevent people from doing that. Like he's like, no.
Yeah.
Right, party foul.
Yeah.
Party foul.
It's like once every other hour.
No one
he's
wants to
gotta
think
tell
about that
somebody.
here.
Katie's up behind you like, Sabian, it's the 5th time today. Come on.
Yeah, please.
Do you guys watch The Office at all? Or have you ever watched it?
Yeah.
You know the episode Booze Cruise?
Yeah.
And Michael does it, and Jim's like, I'll bet you my whole paycheck that I'll do it within the first 30 seconds. And he did. He looks at the watch.
Oh, it's so tempting.
I love it.
Well, so your travel experience has recently come to a close, and actually, Nathan did some traveling recently as well. That's why you weren't with us on our second
2.
episode,
Yeah,
where
episode
Tyler
2.
joined us. You did some traveling down to Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the coffee that you had down there. Did you find anything cool?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of coffee shops in Richmond.
I believe it.
Which I think is kind of weird because like there's nothing around here. And I went to like
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
coffee bars.
yeah, besides coffee bar. But like there's like where we stayed, there was like 5 shops within a mile radius, all walkable, which I thought was really cool. And
These are all like mom and pop
yeah,
shops.
yeah. And I saw one Starbucks my entire time down there. So I don't know if they just like really love their coffee and they just run out all the
Way to
big
go, Richmond.
dogs.
Yeah.
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 And I went to this one shop the last day, and it was really nice inside. The inside kind of looked like ours. I think it was called Blanchard's, and they had these automatic like pour over machines, which I thought were really cool.
Yeah, I think you.
Yeah,
like, sent
I
me
think we
these.
talked
Yeah.
about this,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
I ordered one. You know, don't kill me, but they had it available, and Becca got like a vanilla latte, and I saw them start making it, and I guess they're having a trouble with their machine while they're making Becca's latte.
Tell me you fixed their machine.
No.
Man, I really hope that's where
No.
the
Like,
story
let
was
me
going.
back there.
Hey, I see what's going on with that.
No, so I had ordered the pour over and a cortado, like I said
Yeah,
I normally do, and Becca got the latte, and it was like taking like I guess too long in their eyes. It was like 30 seconds or whatever after we ordered, and they called me over and they said it'll be right out, like don't worry. And I sat down and I saw them like pull out a Stag kettle and start like manually making the pour over.
Oh, nice.
And like
Upgrades.
they were like freaking out over like not having our drinks on.
It's because
time.
you ordered a cortado and a pour.
Yeah,
over.
Yeah,
like,
they're
we
like,
know who
oh,
we're
They're
dealing
like,
with.
oh god, this guy's a critic. We
That's
can't
what I-
mess up his drink.
That's what I think was happening.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they gave me 2 free drink
Nice.
cards.
Yeah. They
And, like,
definitely
I
thought
was
you were
like-
some kind of critic.
Yeah.
Nobody
I was
comes
like,
in off
this
the
is
street
not
and orders a
necessary.
cortado and a
Like-
pour over. Nobody does that.
Yeah,
You
but
humbled them.
Mhm.
You did.
really
I guess so. But yeah,
They're like, oh,
there's this one. My favorite one was called The Lab by Alchemy, and they do like pour over flights, which I think is really cool.
Oh, okay.
And,
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean it is, but it's still cool.
Oh, yeah, I mean it's cool.
Yeah,
How much
Not
you pay
for
for that?
them, but
it was like I think it's like $9.
Oh, that's surprisingly
Yeah.
low. Like how much coffee do you get though?
It's like you get like 3 250 milliliter servings, so
That's a decent amount
It's
for
a good-
$9.
no, it's a good deal if like
Yeah.
you have the time to sit down.
carry the one.
is that a cup?
It's like a small cup.
Okay.
I think that's 8 ounces.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
6 or 8 ounces,
Sure.
something
Don't
like
ask
that.
Me to do conversions on camera.
Leave, hurry.
I'm not. I'm not going to do it.
Go, go, go.
I mean, I have Google. I can look it up if you really want me to. But
Yeah, I mean they're just little cups. but-
Scott's on it. Look at him.
Come on, it's
Scott in the booth. Oh, I can't read that. Nathan, what's that say?
Can you
He's
show us in
zooming
your
in.
fingers? 8.4.
8.4
so it's
ounces.
8.5 ounces. It's like 8.5
Okay.
ounces.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You get
That was
4 of
about
them?
3.
Oh, okay.
3. So you pick they have like a couple different choices, and they do something that I think is really cool. They rotate all the roasters.
Oh.
So like they'll do local roasters, and then they had like some bigger ones from across the country, and like it'll be like bi-weekly. They change them all, and I think that's really cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, so I chose 3 that I thought were interesting, and sat down at the bar, and they made them in front of me.
Nice. With the, I don't know how much you like ask them about their roasters, but
Mhm.
do they keep? Do they sell the retail beans of all the roasters they
Yeah,
provide?
so whatever they have, they will sell retail bags.
Oh, cool.
And a big one is Recluse Roasters down there. They do like a coffee pop up on the weekends sometimes.
Hmm.
They're not like an actual shop, but they are just a roastery, and they have really good stuff. So I got something from them, something from Onyx, and I forget who else. It might have been 2 Recluse bags,
Okay.
but I ended up grabbing one of those Onyx bags to take home.
All light roast, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I expect no less.
Yeah, but it's cool though to like be able to like, yeah, you can like say this light roast is good. It tastes like this, whatever. But if you have 3 of them next to each other,
Oh, yeah.
you can like compare them.
You can really taste the
Mhm.
differences right there, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like looking to buy beans and you're
Yeah.
like, can I try these out? And you get, that's the whole
Yeah.
appeal, I guess, right? Yeah. So
But
cool.
I would only order that if it's like really slow. Like, don't go in and order that when there's a queue out the door.
They're
Because
like in the
you'll.
back screaming.
Yeah.
Flights.
Yeah. Be courteous to your baristas and bartenders. my
Read
man.
the situation well. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. It sounds
Thank
like you got to experience some really cool shops.
Yeah.
And if you're in Richmond, go check those places out.
Absolutely.